Got a call from Barack. Sasha and Malia need some advice on their science fair project, if you can get back to them. Then we have a 12:30 with Magic, a 2 o'clock with will.i.am. We're moving your dinner with Oprah and Gail because it's at an unnamed horse ranch.
Back in 95, I had to bounce, raise my kid and take care of my house. No more interviews, no more flashy suits. If you told me I'd be coming back, I'd have told you you are smoking crack. How long to linger? How long's my finger? No dog pound, no fist pump. Check me out, hired by Trump. Back in the house, keeping it fun. Things that'll make you go, no flat tops, no bill on sacks. I take that back, let's get Bill on sacks. I've seen it all, I'm Arsenio Hall. And I'm returning to late night, it feels right. I'm dancing in the limelight. My hair is a bit shorter. I'm coming back for more on TV, you'll see me. Check your local listing. I'm coming back for more. I'm coming back for more.
Almost live from Stage 6 at Sunset Bronson Studios on the world-famous Sunset Boulevard. It's the Arsenio Hall Show, starring Arsenio Hall, featuring the Posse under the direction of Robin DiMaggio. Tonight, legendary hip-hop artist and actor Ice Cube is here, plus actress Lisa Kudrow, and a very special performance by rapper Mac Miller. Now, the Rip Van Winkle of late night. Here's Arsenio Hall.
Thank you. I am Arsenio Hall, and I'm only here because a few years back, I put all my money into MySpace stock. Yes. Smart move. I made it to my second night, y'all. Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes. But hey, trust me, I've been on shows that were canceled during the commercials, you know? You be watching a Fabrice commercial and Les Moonves said, it. I ain't made up my mind, though. If I was canceled the first night, I was going to tell y'all it was a special. You know? Oh, no, I didn't mean for it to go no further. It was just one. Yeah. Big news from Syria. President Assad has denied using deadly chemicals on his own people. But he did admit to selling crack to Lamar Odom, and I thought that was nice that he was honest. Yes. Yes, thank you. Oh, you're beautiful. Thank you. Y'all react like I did to crack. Those of you in the NBA, this year you might not be able to get Lamar to pass the rock. Whole different meaning, huh? Oh, gosh. I'm sure you also read that Syria has agreed to hand over its weapons. Now, if we can just get George Zimmerman to hand over his weapons, the world would be a better place. Yes. I hate him so much I can't say the name. Zimmerman. His wife can say it, though. You read about that, right? George Zimmerman's wife has filed for divorce and is seeking custody of their 2 dogs. You read about this? 2 dogs, Oso and Leroy. I can't speak for Oso, but I bet you Leroy don't want to go with George. Yes, y'all was almost ahead of me on that one. Do you all watch Breaking Bad? Did you catch it this weekend? Yes. Oh, yeah. I watched Breaking Bad at a friend's house, and he has 2 little kids, and they have some kind of parental control on their TV for the kids that apparently makes violence less or tones it down. It's really annoying and distracting. Check this out.
Police! Drop your weapons! Dad, don't do it! Pew, 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 bang, bang, blast, pow, pow, pew, 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 kablooey.
So silly. Thank you. Yes. Former New England Patriot Aaron Hernandez has pleaded not guilty to murder. Now he has to face a jury of his peers. Lucky for him, it should be easy to find 12 NFL players who've been accused of homicide. Yes, indeed. Oh, thank you. You're beautiful. Also in sports, at a baseball game in Philly, the Colorado Rockies first base coach gave a kid in the stands some life advice, I should call it. Take a look.
Don't you be lying to me, understand? You live with your mother and father? When your dad takes their trash out, you take it out. When your mother tells you to clean your room up, you clean it up. You go to the bathroom, you lift the toilet seat up. Don't be peeing on the toilet seat, you understand? You play video games? Don't do that, idiot. Be a dummy like the rest of these idiots out here. That's all they do is play video games.
Oh, gosh. Oh, that's funny, right? The clip is actually longer, and it got weirder later. Check this out.
Never pee on an electric fence. Look out for women who make you pay for everything and then they just want to be friends. Never buy a boat. It sounds like a good idea. You and your buddies will hang out, but it's a mistake. You ever been arrested? No? When you do, lawyer up. Never talk to the cop. You like Miley Cyrus and Justin Bieber? Yeah? Kill yourself. Your generation is worthless. You're as bad as these idiots out here. Okay, I'm going to go out there again. I'll see you later, kid.
Yes. Good advice, right? Very good advice. Oh, gosh. This is odd. A 150-pound prize-winning watermelon was stolen from a farm near Baltimore, Maryland. I have one thing to say about this story. Please, please, please let it be a white man. Please. Please. Let it be a white guy right here. Lord, please. Big prize-winning melon. Don't let his name be Leroy, please. And finally, Miley Cyrus's new video. Yes, have you seen it yet? In her new video, she appears nude on top of a wrecking ball. She is the first pop star to bounce around naked on one ball since Sheryl Crow broke up with Lance Armstrong. Oh, gosh. Hey, you know, I was thinking as I'm driving in, the hardest part of starting a show, a new show, is putting a staff together. Big surprise for me. Apparently, you have to hire white people. I didn't know that. Yes. Who knew? No, in all honesty, I don't care what color you are. If you want to work for me, anybody can come work for me. But you gotta have a little soul. I went around my office today and tested people just to make sure you're the right white folks. Hey, these are the offices of the Arsenio Hall Show, where we have employees of every conceivable ethnic background. Don't let this guy fool you. Let's go find out who has the flavor. Hey, Kyle, you're doing a great job around here. Let me ask you a question. What's your favorite Tyler Perry movie? I'll give you a hint. Medea's in the title of 7 of them, man. Think about it. I'll get back to you. He's on the bubble. Hey, Brianna, tell me what the acronym CREAM stands for.
Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money.
Dollar bills, y'all.
I still might fire his ass. He think 'cause he got a fro, he's safe. That was bullshit. That had no flavor. Oh, whoa, yo, man, you can't smoke in here. Whoa. You smoke menthols? Yeah. Excuse me for being judgmental. Smoke away, my brother.
What are you looking at?
This is going surprisingly well. As a matter of fact, this staff may be blacker than the Harlem Globetrotters. I am very, very lucky. Where's Phil?
I'm Phil.
I was told Phil had cornrows.
I do.
This is my executive producer's office. I hope this goes well. His name is Chip. Chip, my man. Give it up, dog.
Oh,
yes,
hey,
indeed.
Yeah.
A little weak on the handshake. Is this your family? Beautiful daughters.
Yeah, it's Lakeisha and Shanice.
Your daughters' names are Lakeisha and Shanice?
Yeah, it's old family names, so, you know.
Got my eyes open. Watch it, Chip.
I heard you got the house. So exciting.
Thanks, Maria.
Tom, you got approved for a loan?
Yep, 840 credit score. Isn't that great?
No, you're fired. You're fired. Go. Yo, so what's your story?
I still live at home with my parents, and I like chubby blonde white girls.
My man. Get back to work. Now this is gonna be tough. Accounting is usually the whitest department on any show. So I warn you, this could get ugly. Straight gangster, homie. Yes. Give it up for my staff. The white folks. Oh, my staff. I have a good group. Y'all ready to have some fun? All right. Hey, before we get this party started, I didn't officially introduce you to everybody. That's Funkster. Yes. That's the Hope Man. Victoria Theodore. My musical director and partner in crime, riding with me every night, leader of the posse, Mr. Robin DiMaggio. Yes. I saved you for last because I got a message for you. When I was doing Letterman, Will Lee, bass player?
Bass player, he's incredible.
Yeah, he's a bad boy. He used to play for Chaka and people. You played for Chaka a lot.
He still does.
Yep. He said hello.
Tell him I said what's up.
No, don't tell me. Bass player to bass player, tell him hello.
Right now?
Yeah, the way y'all say hi. Oh. Everybody get up! Yeah. We got a great show for him, Rob. Yes. Oh, you so nasty. Yes, indeed. You know Will can hear you. Huh. Actor and hip-hop great. He's here, y'all. Ice Cube! Yeah. Actress and producer. Someone who will always be our friend. Miss Lisa Kudrow in the house. Yeah. Are there any Mac Miller fans in the house? Oh, no. I said, are there any Mac Miller fans in the house? He's here, and he'll be performing for you later. Alex Al. Get busy, huh? Posse 2.0. I always wanted to whistle. Yes, I can't do that. Yes. Teach me after the show. But don't do that no more. Somewhere Barry Gibb is mad. That was high. Before we go on with the show, I got to do some business up. First of all, I want to remind you to download our app, follow me on Twitter, and check us out on Facebook. Part of doing the show is attracting advertisers. You all know that. It's a necessary evil, and I think we're doing a pretty good job so far. Here's a word from our latest sponsor.
The Arsenio Hall Show is sponsored by Ambien Jr. because sometimes you just want your kids to shut the hell up and go to sleep. Children should not operate heavy machinery or sleep on luggage when taking Ambien Jr.
Yes. Yeah. When I was a kid, they actually had something like that. My mother called it whiskey. 25 years ago, NWA released their debut album, Straight Outta Compton, and changed the face of music forever. The groundbreaking rap group set the stage for a new phase of hip-hop, painting a picture of harsh reality and growing up in South Central Los Angeles. One of its members parlayed his role. I'm like reading his book. Parlayed his role into a mega successful career as a solo artist, actor, and producer. Y'all ready? Please welcome Ice Cube!
I'm trying to get a job in your accounting office.
Oh,
you know what I mean? I'm trying to get a job in your accounting office. I see they doing it big over there.
They're doing it big, man. Doing it big. Sir, you know what? It's interesting. Do you have a line of these? Because this is like the Ice Cube shirt.
You know, I got to keep it gangster. You know what I mean? I love khaki shirts. You know what I mean? I'm always in it. And, you know, man, the wardrobe don't make the man make the wardrobe.
I heard that. I heard that. But in this business, it's real cool to have a look.
You know, it's been my look for a while. You know, I like it. You know what I mean? It works for me. Yep. You know what I mean? I ain't no skinny jeans type. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, you know, I don't want to be dressed all funny style. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? I got to feel like Cube, so I look like Cube. You know what I mean?
I totally agree with you. Yes. I punched a guy in Nordstrom's because he brought me some lime-colored skinny jeans.
Yeah, hey, man, you know, that deserves a punch.
Yes. Anniversary of Straight Outta Compton.
Man, wow, 25 years.
Yes, indeed.
Rest in peace, Eazy-E.
Yes, indeed.
Rest in peace, Eazy-E.
Yeah, I had Eazy in the building many times before he passed away. How was your relationship with him when he left?
It was good. You know, I had a chance to really talk to him right before he passed away. You know, we had a little powwow. We was in a club in New York. you know, it was like old times. You know, we was talking about people and talking about, we was clowning people and, you know, just talking about putting NWA back together. And, you know, it's cool because now we putting the NWA movie together over at Universal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
yes.
We get to show everybody the world's most dangerous group.
Now, the last time I talked to Dre, F. Gary Gray was about to be involved in it. Is that still happening?
Yeah, he's directing the movie. So, you know, he's from the hood, so it's going to be easy for him to pull it off. You know, some directors, you got to teach them, you know, who NWA is. But with Gary Gray, you know, he already know.
Now, speaking of teaching who NWA is, let's go back in our history. There was a time when we weren't warm and fuzzy like this. There was a time when I was at Paramount and we were both young trying to figure out what we were doing. You brought me a cassette.
Yeah.
And the cassette had written on it, F the police.
Yeah.
And you know where I'm from and you know what I love. I mean, hip-hop made me who I am because I couldn't book, you know, Bing Crosby or whoever was big at the Johnny Carson show. So I eventually found my way because of gentlemen like you. But you brought me that tape and I remember going in a meeting at Paramount and playing it and saying, I want to book this group. And, you know, I wasn't famous. My show wasn't, you know, big yet. And I had to ask.
Yeah.
And they said no.
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, what you all did was beyond music at that point. Would you reminisce on that? I mean, the government was in it.
Yeah, you know, it was coming after us from all angles. But, you know, this was our only weapon. You know, this was our only way to protest what was happening in South Central Los Angeles, you know, with, you know, the intersection of, you know, crack and gangs and, you know, police brutality. You know, this was our only weapon, was to speak on it. And, you know, I was mad because you wouldn't have me on your show, not knowing that Paramount, you know, the man, you know what I'm saying, had their thumb on your neck, you know what I mean? But you know, it's cool. You know, I was young, too, at the time. I didn't really know how the game worked, you know what I'm saying? But it's all love, baby.
Yes,
you know,
indeed,
man,
sir.
Doing it big
yes,
now.
indeed. It's real interesting because, I mean, when I first hit, you know, people thought Arsenio Hall was a dorm at UCLA. Didn't nobody know who I was? And I was trying to, you know, I was trying to get mine, and I wanted to have y'all. I remember my first Friday night, I booked Bobby Brown. I just wanted him to do my prerogative. They were like, oh, no, that's too much. How about Barry Manilow? You know, it's like, yes, indeed. But here we are now, and we'll be right back with more Ice Cube.
I wanted your blessing in asking your sister to marry me.
You want to marry my sister? Show me that you're worthy of her.
How am I supposed to do that?
I'm going to take you on a ride along.
You better be lucky it wasn't me.
Yes. We got yes. Sit down, relax. Enjoy yourselves, relax. We're going to talk more about that movie, but let's talk about being a film star. How did it go from a good day to a movie star?
It's because of you, man. It's because of you. Here's how. Here's how.
Okay.
John, I came up to the Arsenio Hall show to give you a piece of my mind because you didn't have us on your show. And I ran into a little intern that worked for you named John Singleton.
Yes, a USC
and John
student.
Singleton.
Yes.
I ran into John, and John was like, yo, you Ice Cube, man, I know you are NWA. Yo, I got this movie that's perfect for you called Boys in the Hood. You down? I'm like, wow.
I remember.
At first I said no, because you're an intern for Arsenio Hall, so you ain't got no damn movie for me. Stop lying. But then, you know, it turned out to be real. So if it wasn't for Arsenio, I wouldn't be right here on Arsenio tonight.
Wow. Thank you for telling that story, man. I remember John Singleton sitting around the office, and he'd be writing, and I'd say, you know, there was no Starbucks. So I would say, why don't you grab me some coffee? You know, I'm writing this scene. I'm like, you better write your ass over to the coffee room. Bring me some coffee. And we both was getting ready to mess with history if we hadn't done the right thing then.
Yeah, you know, you got to leave John Singleton alone. He don't have to get nobody no coffee no more.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And take his script when he brings it.
Definitely take his script if he bring it to you.
Because he got fire in his pen. Let's talk about, speaking of comedic fire, Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart, yeah, he's a fool.
Yeah. Was that fun? Is it as funny as Friday?
It's funny as hell, man.
Yeah.
You know, I think it, you know, can compete on its own level. You know, me and Kevin at the top of our game, and you know, we got the greatest chemistry. And the movie will be out January 17th, and we all see it's funny.
Cool. Cool. Everybody remembers Friday. Chris Tucker was here last night.
Oh yeah, yeah. Smokey.
Yes, indeed. Yes. Yeah. Will you all ever work again together and do everything?
I hope so. You know, I've been trying to work with Chris, you know, for years, and we'll get it together sooner or later. We'll get it together.
But you want to do it?
Oh hell yeah, yeah. You know, it's what the fans want, and us as entertainers. I think we got to do what the fans want. You know, that's our job as entertainers. So, you know, we're trying our hardest. It's not really me and Chris, you know, that's having a problem with getting the movie made. It's New Line, it's Time Warner. You know what I mean? They got to cut a check.
Yeah,
cut the check, baby. Cut the check.
Because I know people would go, man.
Yeah. You know, it's a movie waiting to make a whole lot of money.
Yes. You mentioned your wife when we were talking earlier. How's the family? How's the wife?
Man, lovely, man. You know, I've been married over 20 years, and you know, I'm blessed. I got a beautiful family. So, you know, it's all lovely. It's all gravy now.
Hey, we got Mac Miller here. Of the young, of the young rappers out there now, what are you listening to?
Oh, I like Kendrick Lamar. You know, I think he off the chain. You know what I mean?
But we got to stop right there, because when the controversy began and Kendrick Lamar talked about being king of New York and everything, what did you think that day when you heard it all?
I love it. I love it. That's what it's all about. You know, that's the essence. You know, it's all about the bravado. It's all about, you know, rattling some feathers around here. You know, if not, you just, you know, you just kind of talking out the side of your neck. You know, what are you talking about? And when you got a MC like Kendrick, you know, lighting everybody's fire, that's beautiful. That's what the music needs.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. Let's see. Solo album, the 9th, the 10th coming up.
Yeah. Everything's Corrupt. You know, that's the name of the album, and it'll be out early next year. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it gangster.
Yeah. Yes. When you say everything's corrupt, what do you talk about specifically?
Everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, everywhere you look, politics. You know, I mean, sports. You know, you can look at the music business, movie business, television business. Everywhere you look, banking. You know, schools, hospitals, insurance companies. You know, wherever you want to look. You know, you know, corruption is the poison that's choking us all out, and you know, so.
Is that line in any song? Corruption is the poison that's choking us all out?
No, but I'm gonna put it in there.
Yeah. That's Ice Cube, ladies and gentlemen. Anything he does, check it out. Lisa Kudrow coming up next. Ice Cube.
Later, the Toyota music performance with Mac Miller. Toyota, let's go places.
My next guest is an Emmy Award-winning actress who produces, writes, and stars in the popular TV series Web Therapy. It airs on Tuesdays at 11 p.m. on Showtime. That's a cool place to be. She plays Fiona Wallace, a self-obsessed internet therapist. Please take a look.
Anyway, darling, the reason I've called is I tried to reach Kip on my mobile, but he seems to be out of service range.
Oh.
Oh, I find that so annoying.
Yes.
Anyway, I so need to speak with him. Would you tell him that I rang?
Well, if I speak to him again, I will. But I'm sure, as you know, that, Kip has left me and he's, living in New Mexico now.
I know. I counseled him on that. And I love and adore Ben.
You do?
Yes, I do. Oh, he's a delightful gentleman.
Ben Tomlin? He's horrible.
Please welcome Lisa Kudrow.
Weird.
But the character...
Why did we send that to you? That was my mother talking about my gay husband left me for another man.
Wow.
And so she loves the boyfriend.
Now,
Now it's funny. You see, I'm not crazy.
that's probably one of those clips I should have showed after you were out here so you could set it up.
I don't know. It's my mistake. Let's say that. Whatever.
Lily Tomlin, a
I know.
comedy legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
That was thrilling. Yeah.
How did this show come about?
Well, it started as a web series because you can't pitch. This is not a TV show that you can pitch. It's just two people on computer screens talking the whole time. Who's in? No one. No one would ever. So you kind of have to do it first and show how it would work. So that was what was so great about it being a web series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool, though. The internet has allowed us to kind of float pilots, in a sense.
Right, exactly. I mean, if you want to do something that's so different that it's really too risky for a studio or anyone to put money into first, then it's great for that. And then, I mean, we also like playing with that it's on the internet and it's about the internet and how many horrible things can happen on the internet, like this person, Fiona Wallace, you know, who says, I'm a therapist. I do that. And she's not. And, you know.
Your son, how old is he?
My son's 15.
15 years old.
Yeah. Well,
When you have a 15-year-old, the internet can be a crazy place. What have you told your son in the last 10 years about the internet?
Well, he's kind of learned on his own that people are really mean. So whatever you put out there on the internet, you're going to hear from a lot of nasty people making fun of you and all that. So he's kind of tough.
Yeah.
So that's kind of good. Yes. And I think at school they all, now it's like they're native, what do they call them, like internet natives or something? Or that, you know, whatever you put out there, it's there forever.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of think ahead. More than teenagers normally do, I think.
Well, what's the hardest part about, I have a 13-year-old, what's the hardest part about having a young man between 13 and 15 as a parent?
Well, he was sweet when he was 13. He's still sweet. I mean, he still is very sweet. But he has these moments where I'm like the most insufferable person he's ever met. It's hard. Do you get that? No, dads don't get that.
I think we do.
Okay. Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's like everything I say is wrong. I don't know anything. I was never 15, you know?
That's funny. I was watching the KTLA Morning News, and they were talking about parenting, and they did it at 9:30 because they wanted to do it when kids were at school. And they talked about Molly, which is a version of ecstasy. And part of the conversation was, what do we tell our kids? Because our kids, they have favorite songs where you mention Tappin' Molly. Their favorite artists talk about Tappin' Molly.
Right.
What would your, not Lisa, but what would your character, if I came to you as a dad, and I asked your character, Fiona, as a therapist, what do I tell my child about Tappin' Molly and all the references in music, and what do I say?
Okay, well, this is Fiona.
Okay.
Oh, well, you see, I don't have children because I don't care for them very much. And this is exactly why. Their brains don't work. I think, you know, if we were smart, we would induce comas in all of them and then wake them up 10 years later.
Lisa Kudrow, we'll be right back with more. Lisa Kudrow, good advice.
The Arsenio Hall Show, brought to you by new fast-acting Advil. Nothing works faster.
Lisa Kudrow, I am honored to have you here because, like I said, you are a friend. I'm one of those people that love the show and watch the show. My son's first words, though, interesting. My son's first words were, "How come you know black people aren't friends?"
Well, yeah.
And I keep hearing about a reunion. I know there's not going to be one, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, sorry, but not that I know of. Not right now. What can I say? I don't decide.
You don't, so you all don't get together, like you and Courtney, and you all can get together and say, we want one.
But then who's going to write it?
Oh.
Right? Yeah. I mean, so, and it's not just us. We didn't create the show.
She said, you write it.
Okay, well, it was a hard show to write, by the way. It was really hard to write. So, I mean, it's not,
Well, and by the way, I have a way, if you do a reunion, could I see the picture that I mean, this is in my mind.
Yeah.
Possibly,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, that's right.
get a black man in the cast. I would love to be involved.
That's what we needed.
Yes. Yes, she said, that's what we needed.
No, but no, because it came up a lot.
Yeah.
It came up a lot.
Because the friends lived in New York.
Yeah.
And we know there's some black folks in New York.
No.
You know what? You know what I'm happy about, though? There are a lot of black folks on Scandal. Yes. Yes. Do you all know that she's joining the Scandal cast? You all know that?
I'm visiting.
Well,
I'm visiting.
every place you visit, people want you to stay, so I hope you're there. I love that show.
Isn't it a thrilling show? Yes, I know, that's why I wanted to do it, because it's so thrilling to watch.
Well, tell them what you're going to do in that visit.
Well, here's what I can tell you. I'm on it.
That's why it's so good. They know how to keep a secret and control their cast members.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
Do you like rap music? Does your son turn you on to music?
Yeah, he did when he let me listen with him. Now he has, his beats on, and I can't hear anything.
Yeah. What does he listen to? What does he like? Do you think he'd like Mac Miller?
I don't know anymore. Probably. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Of course.
I got Mac Miller here tonight.
Really? And I don't have my son here. Oops.
Yeah. So will you let him stay up? Will you let him stay up tonight and watch Mac Miller?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because Mac Miller is all that and a stack of napkins. Coming up next, performer Mac Miller. This is Lisa Kudrow. Yeah. You just hold that up. Right on. My next guest is a rap artist out of Pittsburgh who is widely considered a leader in a new wave of hip-hoppers. Yes, indeed. He's here to perform a mashup of Avian. Am I pronouncing that right? Cool. You don't know. You just...
No.
And also, say it again? Avian. And Aquarium. Both songs from his top 10 album, Watching Movies with the Sound Off. Is it sound or sun? Shut up. Anyway, please welcome Mac Miller. Go, baby, go!
Hello. 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 Look, concoction of Hamantashes, launching a bottle of rockets. Done being nice, I'm here for your life and all the profits. I'm not your conscience, you nuts. Almonds and Haagen-Dazs. Auction off your grandfather's watch from the Holocaust. I'm iconic, naked walking the garden, bird watching, alarming all of these cardinals like I need a pope. Puffing that white smoke. Get faded and play the maestro. I'm ice cold, bunny slippers, nice road. The sneaky chick stole my rollie last night, yo. I might know some who can fight though, walking on a tightrope underneath the microscope, but close up, we all just molecules and isotopes. My psychic don't know the future. To live life, you kids might just close your computer.
Get some exercise.
The street lights might blind you though. Make a collage and look at it through a kaleidoscope. So there's a bird in the sky.
In the sky.
Look at it fly. Why? Forever life and never nights, we expedite the process. And every night I get advice, cause life is way too complex. Heaven's lights are hella bright. Ironic how that came to be, but can't you see this angel speak? She's saying a place is safe for me. Told her wait for me to make believer normally the skies transform before your eyes and glorify you forecast. The morning rises and I'm fast asleep. Summer off in a master suite, having dreams of Latin queens and nasty freaks. My mind it wanders to places yonder and even farther. When I'm sleepwalking, I'm Stephen Jobs or I'm Peter Parker. Genius author of Jesus preaching just to feed his daughter. We the spark of black. I always wonder what happened 3,000 years ago. I like to toy with the idea that we really know. It's what I do important in the grand scheme of things. In my head, these dreams are dreamt. Trust me, we are kings. I'm wearing a blindfold, like where did the time go? I know you hear me out there. Give me a sign, no. Said I'ma follow you wherever your mind go. Said said I'ma follow you wherever your mind go. Take me away, girl, somewhere they won't be. Hold me closely, look at me, don't speak. So will you follow me wherever my mind go? So will you follow me wherever my mind go? As you hypothesize on how to monetize and take advantage of all the time we fall behind, get lost in this aquarium. America, the standard of vanity when the camera's up. We most of us will never understand it, we just like the quest. Read about the meanings of dreaming and all its messages. Sedatives that take me to God, witnesses fetishes. We all in search for substance, got drugs for pain and numbness. Circumstance advancing a second chance for this beloved. Wish I could tell you that I didn't see this coming, but I'm ready for it all to end. Die before tomorrow's trend. Your life, it all depends on dollars spent and knowledge gained. Thought that's on the brain, lost inside forgotten days. Life, it works in such mysterious ways. All these years that I pray, hope someone hear what I say.
Sir. Yes, indeed. Mac Miller, ladies and gentlemen. Do you remember the day you decided you wanted to rap?
Yeah, I was really young, I think. Like,
how old?
Maybe 8.
Really?
Well, I rapped when I was 8. Yeah. I did everything, you know. Played a little guitar, a little trumpet.
So how did you set it off? Because I know back in the day, brothers I know used to sell stuff out of their trunk, and I hear you did that.
Yeah, we couldn't get advertisements, so we had my brother's old station wagon, and we duct taped posters to it and just drove around. We drove around Pittsburgh like all day.
Yes, yes. This brother had a show that was so popular on MTV2, they moved it to MTV1. It was the most popular in history, right?
Yeah, this is actually the first time we're telling people that we're on MTV1 now. So, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Reality TV, man. It's great.
Absolutely. I know all about it. You know, I kick some ass on a reality TV show. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank all of you, all my guests, Ice Cube, Lisa Kudrow, Mac Miller. Please join me tomorrow night. Magic Johnson, George Lopez, Nas in the house. I'll see you in 23 hours. God bless.